Hello everybody, happy Sunday and happy fall, I guess. The summer is over. We had a few weeks break since our last review when I mentioned just try to stay away from trading, and if you have to trade, lower the size of your positions and really pay attention to your risk management because the market has been very, very choppy, and that's every year the same thing. So for next year you can keep that in mind. So we're back. We're back to the full-time trading. We're back to our weekly reviews, and I'll do my best to continue doing the job that we've been doing for you. So this week, just a few words about last week. Besides it being really choppy, we had the NFPs, which were lower than expected, and whoever was trading, I was trading actually, just getting out of my open positions during the news. So just to tell you what happened, if you didn't have a chance to see it, dollar immediately reacted to it on the downside. Gold went up. And then we had the reversal a little bit, so nothing super major happened, even though dollar was really a little bit it closed lower where it started the day, but the initial move was kind of erased, or at least partially erased. So let's see about this week. So we have a few things this week. As usually, I want to combine the fundamentals and then we'll go through the charts and see what's being affected. So I have something that I wrote for myself for this week. A few markets I'll be watching. I'll be watching Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, euro, and I'll be watching British pound. Okay, so let's just go one by one. We see the Australian dollar. It's been actually strong lately. Let's start from a weekly chart. We had a nice run here for a few weeks. We're talking about from June. We've been going up, and then we're consolidating here. So it's a strong market here. And let's just take a look at the news. This was with the news when NFPs came. So Australian dollar actually acted very strong into the news, and it stayed kind of in the upper part of this 4-hour bar, so we could see a continuation. Why do we pay attention to this week? We have interest rate decision on Tuesday, and we have the GDP figures on Wednesday on Australian dollar. So let's take a look. Monthly chart. We've been sitting here trying to break out in the past 4 months. We've been up. We had the breakout here in the month of July. In August, I've been trading in the upper part of this. So I want to be, if they take the market high here, I want this level of last month high be broken, and that's 0.8042. We'll be watching that. Actually, that's what happened on the beginning of August. Okay, a month ago we had that level and we came back. So I'll be watching for that breakout, and in that case, should we go lower? Again, it depends on the numbers that will be there. Of course, if they lower the rates, I'm just hypothetically, I have no opinion on the rates, but should they lower the rates, the Australian dollar should go lower. Should they tighten the rates, it's going to go higher. But let's see what happens. I'm not going to be opening the trades before the thing, but be watching the market. Okay. Canadian dollar, we have interest rate decision as well, followed by the statement on Wednesday. And Canadian dollar has been very, very strong. Okay. Let's take a look, starting with monthly chart, just to get back into the game. We made a high here. That was back in January. Okay, and that was 46.80, way higher than it's now. Then we tried to go high here. We finished this move on the 137.90, almost 138. That was back in May, and we've been selling off since then. 1, 2, 3, and we sold pretty much strong to the previous level, and then with this month, the previous month, I guess. We were as low as 124.39, and Friday with the news, just I go to the smaller time frame. Actually, this was the news, and we broke that level. We went as low as 123.38, and then we bounced about 50 to 60 pips, so we closed the market there. So I want to be watching this market closely. Of course, the physics law says whatever goes down might come up, and vice versa. So I'm really watching this market. But What's a little scary here, that we broke the previous strong resistance here, I'm sorry, strong support here, and that means that we could actually potentially go much lower here and retest these levels. Just to give an idea, this was the 119.17, so we're at almost 124 now. We can go 123, 22, 21, 20, 19. Okay, so that's something we'll be watching for. Okay, take a look after this move. I think the Canadian dollar didn't really retrace, unlike other currencies, so it's very, very strong comparing to a dollar. Okay, this is one. Let's see euro. Okay, take a look at euro. We came from the lows, from the scary period when they said we go to parity. We went pretty low here, right? Then we had a really robust month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up month, and this month started on the low side. Let's see the weekly chart. After this strong move over here, we're trying to sell off a little bit now. So we're having GDP figures and interest rate decision and monetary policy, and that's all happens on Thursday. We'll be watching that. On the trading part, I really want to see this week, and if we break the low of last week, probably could be a little bit of a profit taking here. And should we go lower, we'll probably go and retest these breakouts here on 116, 115. It's not going to happen in 1 week. Just give it a little bit of longer picture here. Okay, now we have some news on inflation from Britain, from the UK. So let's take a look what happens here. See, after we move up here and the gap, if we're sitting, this is daily, we're sitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in pretty much the same area. For me, it's very bullish after I move up. Okay, so I want to see actually move up on British pound. We had a nice sell-off since beginning of August, so pretty much all month we've been selling off, and then we had a little gap over here, and this, you see, we reached the level of previous support here, and we're very strong. We bounced right up there, so I'm looking actually on the buy side for pound, and I wanted to break this initial move up on the news, and there was the high of 129.33. So if we break this area here, we're probably buying it, and then see how we handling this level here, 130, 130.22. And if we break through, probably add to my position. So I'll be paying attention to that, and the news will be definitely acting up upon it. So we'll see what happens. We had China news, trade balance is coming on Friday. Some more Canadian data. So I want to, again, I'm going to be watching the Australian dollar on the news. Now, something I want to bring up, S&P's one of my favorites. I don't trade much of it, but I watch it all the time as a market indicator, and I look for opportunities. Take a look. This is something that caught my attention. This is monthly chart. You know, besides everything that's going on today and all the Trump issues and global issues, North Korean issues, and all the scary stuff going on, market's been going up like crazy. Okay, now you can say this is the sign of the reversal. I mean, I'm very bearish on this thing, and I've got hurt a few times on this move up, as you could imagine. But I'm a strong believer that we're gonna have a sell-off, and I think we had a little bit of a sign of it. Okay, and that was kind of some say it's the beginning of correction. Some say it was a short-term correction of the previous level. This is a weekly chart, so we tested it and we went right back there. So on daily chart, you look a little bit better. You see, now I look at the dynamics of the market in a very simple, practical way. Take a look. One day we went down and it took 4 days to recover. Okay, then we again one strong fall, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, 7 days to come back to the same level. So what does it say in the simple language? that we're going down much faster than we're recovering. So this could be it. I'm actually short, just to disclose, I'm short some S&Ps. I'm probably going to get more added to it, and I'm expecting a nice correction of it. Okay. Just to give you an idea, should we actually really choose to sell off, we should come back to these levels right here, about at least 2200. We're at 2473 now. Okay, this is a good opportunity for reversal. You can pay attention to it. Of course, be careful, know your risk, and act accordingly. And the last thing I want to show, it's gold. Everybody's looking at it. We kind of in between, so unless we come closer to this level, this is a monthly, nothing major will happen. So we'll be pretty much ranging here. Remember, I think one of the reviews we mentioned it, that we range, and finally we broke this range over here, but we're approaching the next strong resistance. This was a nice move with the news. Okay, so we'll be watching gold as well as everything else. Of course, should the dollar weaken, the gold will get stronger. And the markets, back to S&Ps before we finish this. If S&Ps actually start a strong sell-off, which I expect to be happening, the money will go from the risky assets maybe back into gold, and gold's been actually building up a little bit over here. So what could happen here? Should the money come in, we're going to test these levels, 1380, 1390. Should we break it there, we can go to next level, about 1600. Okay, so definitely we'll be watching that. I wish everybody a successful week. As always, be careful with your trades, know your levels, know your leverage, don't over leverage, stay smart, stay profitable. I wish everybody all the best. Take care.